Welcome to the Small Business Breakthrough Podcast, where every week we're interviewing small business guests that support small business owners. Today, we have somebody special. And so, if you're not familiar with what business development is, you're in the right place because we have a veteran in this space who helps you build a business development or work on your business development. And what business development is sales for businesses. It's helping you find more business. That's the point of the business development term. And I realize that can be very confusing for some small businesses out there. But we have Kelly Lorenzen, who's the CEO of KLM Consulting, Marketing, and Management. I want to welcome Kelly to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Kelly, can you give us an intro as to your business and your frames of how you solve business development for clients?
Sure. I'm Kelly Lorenzen. I own KLM Consulting, Marketing, and Management. We're a business development firm serving small, family owned, service based businesses. So some clients come to us for just the consulting piece. They're just starting out, or they've been in business 5, 10, 15 years and they just are stuck. They're overwhelmed. They need a second brain, another business owner brain they're siloed in somewhere else, right? So they come to us for that. And then typically they will have us help them with their marketing or business development projects. So that can be hiring, can be CRM implementation, back end systems, processes, automations to help small businesses start, grow, scale, and eventually sell and get to your point.
When you started this, you've been doing this for a little over 7 years, is what we were talking before the show. What inspired you to go into this type of a business?
So I've been a business owner in family businesses for 20 something years. And in those other businesses, what I couldn't find, we hired lots and lots of people, right? Everybody from consultants to marketing agencies to project managers, interns, admins. And what I couldn't find is somebody who thought like a business owner, who could tell me what to do, and then could actually implement on my ideas as I would do them. So when I was deciding what I wanted to do next, I got my certification in project management, PMP certification, and decided to be that I wished I had in those other businesses, be that consulting hat, but the implementer as well, to be able to do the marketing and do the projects for the clients as they would do them. So to take stuff off their plate so they can work continuously on their business and grow and scale and eventually sell. So it's just helping small businesses succeed and have a fighting chance at success in this crazy world.
Yeah, that's definitely a very important note to because a lot of small business owners can struggle with that. The the follow through and to be able to hire a consultant to come in and help with that, and be able to really structure things up, I'm sure is very advantageous to your clients as you work with them. What has been some of the keys to success that you have felt as you have worked with your clients and been big breakthroughs on pushing their businesses forward?
Some of them I would say is how they structure their day. A lot of times they're so inundated with the day to day that they don't are not looking right. They're not working on their business. They're just working in it every single day. And so helping them figure out time blocking for money making activities. I say every single day you need to be doing money making activities to that's part of business development, right? Growing your business. So, what are you doing for those money making activities? So, just helping with structure of their day has been a huge help for them. I would say networking, getting out, being the face of the brand. That's a big thing now. Is small businesses need a face, and the owner needs to be the face of the company. And so just making sure they're getting out there and doing their networking or being, having the PR done so that people know who they're buying from. People buy from people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah, that's very, very, very important to be able to know, um, and help them through that and working through time management organization because let's face it, in the morning when the business owner comes in, it is when you were talking about that, all I could picture was fire here, fire here, fire here, fire here, and at the end of the day, you get home and you're like, "What did" you look back at the day and go, "What did I do all day?" And you're like, "I don't know, but I'm tired."
Yeah.
Like, it's, and then you realize that you didn't try to find new clients, all you did was put out fires of existing clients, and the whole circle of life, in the small business starts over the next day. Um,
That's right.
it's,
That's right. So it's really important for people to put that every single day, even if it's 10 minutes, right? Even if it's a tiny block of time, just making sure you're propelling your business forward by doing those money making activities, do the marketing, do the social media. And that doesn't mean that the client has to the business owner has to do it themselves. It just means, delegation of those tasks, right? I say delegation, delegation. Otherwise, you're never going to get out of the rat race.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so,
Absolutely. What would you say differentiates KLM from others in the space?
we are a little bit of a disruptor in the consulting world and the marketing world because we do both. Because we have combined consulting, marketing, and project management into one company, which is why we say business development firm. So we don't really have that much of competition or anything. So because I like to full service, I like to be able to have the consulting hat. So we put that with all of, if they just want marketing, oh, please just take the marketing off my plate because every small business owner goes, ugh, I hate doing the marketing. We're putting the consulting hat on as if I was the owner of that business. How would I help you grow your business? How do you want to grow your business? Not just from a marketing perspective. Like you need to do all these things and you need to spend all this money because that's the general, rules. No, like we figure out strategically what you want to do for your business, what your goals are, and then create a plan around that as if I was the owner. And then my team implements it as the owner would.
If you've ever opened your laptop ready to grow your business and 2 hours later closed it, realizing you've gotten nothing done, but you've researched office chairs, you've ordered lunch, and you've planned out the next 3 dinners, all the things that you wouldn't typically do to work on your business. Yeah, I've done that too. I'm Jason Pond. I'm the host of the Small Business Breakthrough Podcast, and I want you to achieve your breakthrough. But we do that through the community I built. I built the Momentum Community. The Momentum Community is a place where we meet every week. We talk about your goals, where you want to get with your business, and then we track them. And we use the Momentum dashboard to do that. We make sure you're moving forward every week, and it's accountability like you've never seen in a community forum. I want you to be part of that community. If you want to learn more about it, check out the link in the description below and enjoy the rest of the episode. What's a recent project or initiative that has, you know, as business owners, we can get a little distracted when it comes to the longevity of our business. And, at 7 years in the business, this business that you've been working in, we start to have that spot where you kind of like de-energization, if that's even a word, is setting in. What's a recent project or initiative that maybe has helped reinvigorate or give you a little bit more spark to keep the business going?
Man, I every single day is a new spark for me. I wake up every single day and go, oh my God, I can't wait to do these projects for people. I get to Friday and I'm like, we can't be Friday yet. I have more projects to do. I think because my favorite thing is starting, growing, and scaling businesses. And so we used to just do it for ourselves. And now I get to do it for everybody else, instead of me having to create new companies over the last 9 years. I every time I get a response from a client that says, I actually got to take a vacation because of the help you did. I actually got to have a day off because of the systems and processes we put in place. You know, just the feedback that I get. Oh my gosh, we grew like last year, our clients grew between 30 and 200%, which is insane for a election year. So just having that consistent feedback from clients that what we're doing is helping is reinvigorates me every single day.
And listeners out there, if you're interested in Kelly's energy and just complete spunk that she's got for her business to be able to get your business going, definitely keep listening because towards the end, we'll have that how to connect with her. And I love the energy that she's bringing to this conversation. So let's keep the conversation going. It's it is technology craziness, right? We have seen technology take over how we operate businesses over the course of the last 20 years, where the internet was a big thing as it was early on. And now everybody has to have it, everybody has to have something. What do you see in the industry as it's evolving over the next 5 to 10 years, becoming one of those must have things?
I think AI. I know that everybody's talking about that, but it is making everything so much faster and easier, and small businesses can use it to their advantage with so many things. So it's been fun helping showing clients and helping them do things faster and easier with the AI tools for sure.
How you work with a lot of service-based businesses, and how would they, they hear AI and they're like, "Oh, whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna remotely touch it." And if they don't, that's a big problem. We know this. I've been every single one of my podcasts, AI comes up in the conversation, and it's the when we talk about the future. And so, how do you approach that with those service-based businesses to say, this is how we can use it to help your business grow, continue to grow. I won't even say grow faster necessarily right now because it's getting to a spot where you've got to have it just to keep growing.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say, depends on what software they're already using, but we're always constantly helping them research what is the best software to use for their business to make them work smarter, not harder, right? How do we shrink their time working on tasks? So using AI to shrink the amount of time that it takes them to write, let's just say, social media captions. Let's say that we are doing a hiring project and they need to do a job offer letter. Oh well, they could sit there for 3 hours and decide what they want to write in the job offer, or they can just put it in chat gpt and say, write me a job offer. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're just teaching them to shrink the amount of time using AI tools, that then they can spend more time growing their business or taking a vacation.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. To be able to have them understand the power that is there and how to phrase things appropriately, to be able to get that job description or help with those social media captions is for sure a great benefit to those um, uh, business owners out there. And again, so that, yeah, taking a vacation is important for recharge. And then when you're recharged, you can come back and grow your business that much faster. Uh, Kelly, it has been a fantastic conversation thus far, and the tidbits that are inside of this about how business owners can utilize technology services and just your abundant energy and passion for it has been fantastic. Are you ready to jump into our lightning round?
Sure.
Okay. Uh, quick hitting questions. First ones are pretty easy. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
If you could grab only one weapon or item during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
My phone.
Oh, okay. How about a favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
My our coined phrase at KLM is do what you love and outsource everything else.
Oh, I love that. That is very, very good. How about a book that has influenced your life the most?
Candace Nelson, the owner of Sprinkles, wrote a book, and of course, I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But anybody who's starting a business, she does it exactly. Here's exactly the steps to start and grow a business. It's really cool for small business owners to read her. So just look up Candace Nelson's book.
We'll try to link that in the show notes when we go to publish. Too, as the listeners out there, how about the biggest obstacle you have had to overcome and one lesson you learned from it?
I had breast cancer in 2023, and a big, huge lesson was that I was prepared, luckily. But I tell people to prepare yourself ahead of time for those, in small businesses, you are it. You don't have to be it. So make sure you have your team in place. I luckily had my team in place, and they took over, and I was able to take a couple weeks off without worrying about if the business was going to fail. So just have, just would encourage small businesses to have a backup plan, have people in your corner, have a team, in place. And those SOPs and training videos don't hurt to take over if something, if you have to take some time off as an owner.
Yeah, and you never know what life is going to throw at you. I actually have a LinkedIn post coming up. I don't, it's either just got posted or it's coming up here in the next few days that talks about that simple fact that of having a succession plan, not because you're necessarily leaving, but having backups to be able to run the business so things don't fall apart. Because yeah, you just never know what life throws at you, and we're so happy that you've made it through that challenging experience.
Thank you.
How can our listeners reach out and uh, be able to collaborate with you if they want to use or learn more about KLM's services?
Our website's duplicatemyself.com because every business owner needs a duplicate. So there's a free consult on there. We're always posting blogs, helpful tips on our social media. Duplicate myself KLM is our handle. So we're just trying to make sure that small businesses have a fighting chance at success, and in it by if we can just give away all this information to keep them going, the better.
Excellent. It has been such a great conversation. Thank you for being on the podcast today. Listeners, if you want to work with uh, Kelly, please reach out in the show or check the show notes for the contact information, and she will have more. There was a lot of great little tidbits on how you can use consulting services to help fill some of those gaps so that you can take a little break. And I'm willing to bet that if when you reach out and research that it doesn't cost near the amount that you think it will, which is most of the case in the time of when I've reached out for consulting services to help facilitate those gaps in the business. If you're just unsure, reach out and have the conversation. If you have found this episode interesting and you would like to listen to more episodes, check out this playlist right here where we've got them all linked up. And until next time,